Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Freehand here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this afternoon. And today, I have a very, very special guest. Going to be here sharing some awesome free traffic and free ranking tips. If you're video marketers, if you're local marketers, you want to pay attention to this interview because you're going to learn a lot of cool stuff. Now, first foremost, if you're in a noise environment, if you're with your family or your kids, or you're at an environment that's kind of distractive, I want you to kind of go to a place that's very quiet and get your pen and paper ready because my special guest Robert here is going to share some awesome stuff. It's literally going to change the way you're ranking your videos, but also he's going to teach you exactly how to sell the same service to your local clients as well. So be very, very excited. So without further ado, Robert, would you kind of take over the microphone, give us a little bit background. How did you get started with internet marketing? What kind of trouble did you go through? What kind of failure did you go through? But eventually you find your success here. I know you've been in this industry for a very, very long time now. So without further ado, let's get this, let's hear about your story.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Han. It's been a little bit of time since we've talked last. I started about 11 years ago. I did have a lot of failure, starting out. I used a lot of different methods to make it and become full-time, but it was more a desire to, want to be full-time. For a couple of years, I was dabbling, doing some affiliate marketing for an online poker room, Party Poker. Some of you may have
I remember those.
So I started, looking online to, find, people that may have be doing some stuff, similar to what I was doing. I was fortunate enough to land on a site. I don't even know if this site still exists or not, but it was called Adland Pro. So, I met a few of the right people, and, from there it progressed, into me doing a lot of different things, not just, being affiliate, for the online poker room. But at my height, I was making maybe almost $2,000 a month, just being affiliate for Party Poker. And that was kind of, I would make flyers and stuff, and I would put them in grocery stores, bars, restaurants locally, offline, or guerrilla marketing, as I would call it.
Right.
A friend of mine that was a artist, he helped me make a flyer, and some of that stuff I still have, sitting around at my house. I kept it as, my shrine to, becoming full time because, working jobs, I was never, I was the guy that showed up late, and, I never really was successful, working for someone else. I didn't become successful too. I started doing that for myself, and
so basically you are unemployable, right? You're not
yes.
employable, right? So
yes, I work some weird hours at times, but it's I love the freedom to work when I want, when I want, and stuff like that. And it's given me the opportunity to meet a lot of great people and, travel around quite a bit, doing various things. And, to date, I've probably sold about $50 million worth of products online.
Right.
And, a lot of verticals. My specialty are SEO, list building, product launching, paid traffic. So that's kind of, what I've learned over those years.
Right. So how did you migrate from that poker industry that you're promoting, guerrilla marketing, to more toward SEO kind of marketing, to list building kind of marketing? Can you kind of talk about that? What was the transition? What was the aha moment? Say, hey, guerrilla marketing is another way to do this, but getting in SEO and building the email list is a much better and easy way to leveraging and scaling your business.
Well, I got into doing a lot of that just because I ran into the right people. A lot of those people were doing paid advertising. It's like, you could just, pay for an ad and, see that result a lot faster, and I was like, I was making a little bit of money. So I started doing a lot of testing, so I'd be like, okay, I need to do this or this. And I kind of ran into, YouTube quite a long time ago. I can't remember when my first video was, maybe 2008. And, some people shared with me, some small tactics to get that to number one. We did it in a lot of home-based businesses, like people looking for ABC company, kind of how some people do product jacking.
Okay.
We did it for like MLMs or network marketing companies.
Okay.
And, we started recruiting 30, 40 people a month from one video.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So that's how I kind of transitioned even into doing that as well at that time, just from meeting some people that were happening to be doing it. I wasn't opposed to making money any way humanly possible. I just wanted to quit my job.
What was your job? What were you doing before you get on the internet? I was always wondering about that.
Well, I've had quite a few different jobs. Mainly, like I worked in a lot of warehouses. I mean, the last job that I had, I got laid off from a place that kind of did stuff for convenience stores. Like their pops, cigarettes, bunch of other things. Just whatever you see in a convenience store, they supplied that to local convenience stores. They were a wholesaler. I worked at a company that contracted for Dell there for a while. Sam's Club, and I sold cell phones in the mall. So I kind of did a various amount of different kinds of work trying to figure out what I wanted to do with myself. But I mean, I've always wanted to be a marketer. I went to school for that as well.
You went to school for marketing?
Yeah, okay. I have a degree in like business management, a minor in marketing and accounting. And I did actually take in high school like a vocational school for marketing.
All right,
so DECA.
Okay, cool, awesome. See, guys, I don't even know anything about this until I interview right now, so I'm really, really interested in asking you these questions. The next question I want to ask you is, let's say you've been to a lot of different. People love to talk about their success, but nobody ever talk about their failures. But you and me both has been to a lot of failure to get where we are today, right? Because we are massive action takers, and I know you and I are like taking imperfect action to figure out what is wrong, what I did wrong, and tweak it from it and go from it. But there are still people out there just really, they've been taking courses, they've been buying product from product to another product, trying different things. But one thing I find out is a lot of people just have those educational material or software sitting on a hard drive, not taking that first step. Just try it, just to open the software, get some YouTube video, upload it, or try a Facebook ads method, whatever it is. But they're just really, really afraid to get started. So what would be your recommendation or the advice based on this massive experience that you have right now to get people just taking that leap, just do the first step? I think the first step is the hardest. Then the second and third and fourth just become easier and easier. What would you recommend people to do?
Well, I mean, there is a lot of courses and training that, you can purchase. And if you have stuff sitting on, your computer, you really do need to do a lot of trial and error. I mean, one strategy may work different for another person than it does for, like, say, myself. But it does take, you have to take action. You do have to make mistakes to learn. I mean, we all call it just trial and error. And like, say, I went into e-com. I spent almost more than a year just doing that only, learning everything I could learn about how to place an ad, what products sell. And, that can be a lot of trial and error itself too. What kind of design should the website look like? Because it's a little bit different than some of the stuff I was doing at that time.
Right.
So I was digesting a large amount of information, but if you don't take action, you will not make money, period.
Okay, I want to quote him on that. If you don't take an action, you will not make money. So if you're watching this right now, write that down, okay? Put on the wall, stick on the wall, look at it every day to keep yourself motivated. You gotta take an action. You gotta taking action, even just a little action, baby steps, and celebrate. I'm gonna borrow from my other friend Joshua. He has a really famous quote. He says, "Celebrate the little success." Maybe you upload a video. You never figured out how to upload video to YouTube. Celebrate that. pat yourself on the back and then say, hey, this is pretty cool. I figured out the tags, I figured out the descriptions. And then the next time when you actually rank the video, pat yourself again. It's just congratulating yourself. And don't forget that, in this industry, we're kind of lonely because you can't really talk about internal marketing to your friends or families. They really don't understand what the heck you're doing, right?
Yeah.
and we just kind of talking among ourselves and kind of help each other to push you to the next level. And as you can see, I want to point out Robert is get his hands into more things I ever get my hands into. He's in e-commerce, he's list building, SEO, all that stuff. And he does it. He takes massive action. So you just go there. Hey, he's not afraid. He's never done that thing before, but he's getting ready to try and all that great stuff and taking action. Therefore, he can get massive results. Sold over, like you said, $50 million worth of products online or combination wise.
That's across all verticals and niches I've done.
Right. That's incredible accomplishment. I mean, who thought from your job before until what you're making today? And of course, you're not going to be very employable, right? They can't pay you enough to go back to do a job.
I was looking, just like what kind of jobs I, would be qualified for, but I mean, I'm assuming it would be at least 6 figures plus, with my experience.
Right.
But so, I mean, it's, I don't know, just working for somebody else is a lot different than, working for yourself. So, to make that transition can be difficult for some people because they don't understand it. And like you said, a lot of your friends and family do not know what you're doing. They don't understand what this internet marketing thing is, really.
And they think you're insane, like what? What are you doing?
It's like, get a job. I was told that for many years.
Right. Right. So I think that's the dumbest idea right now, especially with today's economy and there's no job security anyway. So if you're going to fail, might as well fail on your own, building an asset, building business for yourself. Everybody have 24/7, all this stuff. Why is people are more wealthy than the other? Because they're focused on their own stuff. I mean, it's basically a really, really simple concept. I don't understand why people get it. Would you rather spend 27 years of your majority of your lifetime to build somebody else's wealth, or would you spend that much time focus on your own business and learn from it, grow from it, right? So if you're holding a magic wine right now, and you can say, you've been in this industry for like 10, 20 years now. I don't know if you can go back all the way from the beginning to knowing what you're knowing right now, and I want fast success. What are the 3 tips you can give to somebody who's just starting out internet marketing? What should they focus on? What should they taking action on? And how do they get that fast results everybody wants?
Well, I mean, if I went back, knowing what I know now, I mean, I would have focused or done things a lot differently, of course, because, I have a lot more experience. But, at the end of the day, you want to build a list. I mean, that's going to be the fastest way you can keep your money, coming in. Then you're going to want to test it, with different traffic sources. I mean, some people are using, like, say, free traffic sources like YouTube. There's various other ways you can, do the free method, or you go to paid traffic, But, you need to try to master at least 1 or 2 things extremely well. I mean, you can kind of see based on the marketplace of what people are specifically focused on. That could be SEO. It could be really anything. But there's probably, in my experience, I've done probably, 30 different methods for generating traffic. So, I like the paid, traffic model the most, but a lot of people are just starting out. So you probably can't afford to necessarily go that route till you start, maybe using a free method first. Facebook, Instagram's really a big one now that, I'm seeing a lot of people having great results there.
Right, and
YouTube too.
Right, so let's speak a little bit about paid traffic here, and I want to talk to people who are watching this a little bit, not beginner, but a little bit in the meeting at advanced marketers here, is that if you are still rely on just affiliate to marketing your products, and you're not focused on paid traffic, you're losing a lot. Number one, you lose a lot of money. Number two, it's actually cheaper to get paid traffic than having affiliates, because if you think about it, it's you automatically give it away 50% right off the gate. when you're making a sale. So why not run cheaper paid advertising as well? Especially a lot of people not doing retargeting right now. I understand why. And if you combine affiliate traffic and paid traffic, you're gonna make a whole lot of more money, especially retargeting ads. I just want to give that tip out. A lot of people are just 100% rely on affiliate traffic, but I highly recommend do what Robert is doing here right now. He also trying to master the paid traffic. There's a huge power in that. You the ROI for paid traffic, if you get it right, it's much higher by using the affiliate traffic. I'm not saying don't ever use affiliate traffic. I'm gonna say on top of that, you need to think about, let's throw the paid traffic, the build an email list, all that great stuff in there into your business vertical as well, right? So because people want a fast success, this is how you get fast success. It's two things: is scaling, right? And number two is leveraging, right? So you gotta look at where your business vertical is and how you're leveraging that. So you're already leveraging of the power of affiliates. So what's the next leveraging is using pay advertising. So I want to throw that thing out there for a little bit at advanced marketers. At the beginning, you do have to rely on a lot of free traffic, but you got to keep that in mind. So-called free traffic, it's costing you in time as well. So, but we have, for that reason, the reason I invite Robert to come online here is talking about a brand new software he's about to launching here. I guess depends on what time you're watching this interview, fairly soon. That's going to help you get that free organic traffic very fast. So if you're video marketers and if you are a local marketer trying to sell in ranking servers to your local business, I want you to kind of fully pay attention to what he has to talk about in the next section of this interview. So without further ado, Robert, would you kind of talk about what is this software? How did you come about to building this software? But most importantly, I want you to talk about what is RSS feed, because I think people are forgotten what RSS feed is. Nobody ever launched a similar product in the marketplace for like 2-3 years now. So I want you to kind of educating my audience a little bit. What is RSS feed? Why should people pay attention to RSS feed? And most importantly, by using this strategy and this software, what kind of results are you getting right now?
Well, the RSS feed is basically, it's kind of how Google and other services like Google condense information that's on your website. It's pulling all this different information. We run it through, our software, which I will demo it here, but the power of at least the RSS feed for YouTube is a lot of people aren't aware, like every single YouTube video has 40 variations of that link. Mm-hmm. For mobile, for different browsers, for what kind of PC you're on, and based on how those particular links, are viewed and backlinked, it actually gives you a better position in, say, a different kind of browser. Maybe it's mobile or desktop or whatnot. So, depending on which link you're actually, trying to power up, it could change that result from, say, a link you may not even know exists, which most people don't know there's that many variations of the same link on YouTube for the same video. Keep that in mind. Right. So we're trying to use Google properties, which Google, is kind of dominating force, that they own so many different things that people don't even aware they own, kind of like they own YouTube, FeedBurner, and like, gosh, I could name probably 100 other things that they own that directly affect SEO in general. So using the power of their own properties, they tend to favor them a lot more than they do anything else on the internet.
Right, of course. So they own it, right? They want to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So, when you're using their properties to power up, your links, then they're giving you way more juice. And, the kind of results we see, depending on, what niche it is or whatnot, a lot of local stuff, of course, too. But, you can power up your, videos from not even being really, in the top 10, to the top 10 overnight by using this simple strategy. It really is that simple to do, but just the way it's done is kind of like giving a lot of juice and power to that particular links, that are created with our software, because we'll go out and search every version of your video, and then we'll power it up.
Right. So when you say they're gonna get up there very quickly, are you talking about both YouTube and Google ranking wise, or are you just talking about YouTube ranking wise or Google ranking
Well,
wise?
indirectly, I mean, it does it for both.
Okay.
But, for certain keywords, it may take longer to, for that power to, to take effect.
Okay.
It's a little bit easier to rank like on YouTube than it is on Google, in
Right.
my
Right. Right. Right.
experience.
Right.
So,
Right.
so naturally, the more higher you climb in YouTube, the more that it will pull you up, because depending on, say, the search term, there might only be one video that's usually displayed in any given top 10, depending on what, vertical you're, trying to go after. Like a lot of product launches, you will see a lot more videos within the top 10 as well.
Okay.
So,
And
that's,
it also has, it depends on the competitive keywords, phrase, and all
yeah.
that good stuff. I always teach people to using long term keywords that's actually buyer intention keywords to rank, instead ranking those, maybe one word or two word of impossible ranking phrases. You just got to do things a little bit smarter, man. And
Yep.
that's don't you agree that that's the right way to marketing your videos and get it ranked faster and get that
I
top?
think so. I mean, when I do a lot of my videos, I mean, I'm looking for, like low hanging fruit usually,
Mm.
unless I'm really trying to power, through like a really competitive niche to beat number one.
Okay.
I mean, at times I actually had been number one, for various keywords for YouTube specifically.
Okay.
Throughout the years, I mean, I've had millions of views to all my videos, or plus for sure.
Okay.
Some in very competitive niches.
Okay. Cool.
So, I mean,
Cool.
this software does help, quite a bit when it's regarding that. I mean, we used to actually even rank videos with bookmarks only.
Yeah. Yeah. That's back in the days, though.
Yeah, that was
Still
back in the
works.
day
Still
stuff.
works,
But I
trust me.
mean, it still can power your sites up today, though, too. I mean,
Yeah.
even simple things like doing that. But, when we're doing the, like at least this strategy, it's just a little bit more, nobody else is really doing it, but, it's,
I think I think when I first started doing SEO, I mean, a lot of people were talking about doing it, but then somehow it fades away, and I
yeah, it
haven't.
did.
Yeah, and then if everybody is exiting you doing it, then you got more power to you, I think.
Yeah, you
So would
definitely
you?
do.
Yeah, would you have a couple of minutes, kind of show us how this whole thing works and all that great stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I'll go ahead and share that with you right now. Can you see my screen okay?
Yep, I can see YouTube RSS Xtreme.
Yes, this is a WordPress plugin, so keep that in mind. You do need a WordPress site to use it. But,
Okay.
we just go to the setting, YouTube RSS Xtreme, and we can just create a new feed. This actually does create a feed from your website. And, we go through a few different things of what it's going to be doing. I mean, it only takes literally a few minutes. I actually did pull up YouTube over here. And you could go to like any video. I mean, I'll just put this video in for now. This Eminem video.
Okay.
I didn't really have any specific one I was looking at putting in here. But here we go. We submit the URL. It is as simple as, like as this looks. It only takes literally a minute to do it.
Okay.
And it will power up your this video that I'm doing it on as well. See, then it'll pull the title from the video.
Okay.
Then it pulls another description, which is similar to the title of here, but we can edit any of this information if you're looking to put a different, variation on this. We'll just use this for now. And these are all the different variations of the YouTube video itself. There's 40 here.
Okay.
Then we click submit. And then it's going to create like a RSS feed, which we see right here. And let me go and open this up in the screen so you guys can kind of see what this is.
So
You've probably
where do you get that 40 different variations of the YouTube video? Is it automatically done with your software already when you put that one URL in there?
Yeah, it's already done.
Okay,
it automatically is created for you based on the video URL that you put in here.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because it would take a long time for people trying to figure out, hey, where's the 40 different variations? I'm glad your software automatically done that for you.
Yeah, so this is like an automated software, so you don't have to be technically know how to do any of this. You know what I mean? So it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it, and you're done.
Great.
So this is what it kind of creates as a feed, and basically what it's telling the search engines, hey, this is the title of the video, the description of the video, the link of the video. And it's doing that for all 40 variations of that same video. So it's giving power to every version of this video's link. Unlike a lot of other video services, they don't have this many variations. Only YouTube does. I mean, it's just the way they track things. They're way more in depth, on how they do things.
So you got it. Okay, let's talk about this. Pause this a little bit. So you got this one video. But this one video from this one branch has a multiple 40 of different other links, which are juicing back to this beginning original link of YouTube, right? And then you take 40 variations of this, you put it in feed. Right? The thing is, I always get it flipped, the name-wise. Feed burner. And the feed burner is even going to send more juice to those 40 links. In return, it adds more juicing power to the original link, right? Is that kind of how this thing works?
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. I mean, what we do is we do this, we put this in FeedBurner.
Okay.
You actually do need to sign up at FeedBurner, and I was kind of doing some.
Google. Yeah.
This is owned by Google, and basically, we just put the URL from that was created into FeedBurner, which that's where we're at now. And I just click next, burn a feed right this minute. Then we, you can change this stuff if you want. This is up to you if you want to change the feed title. This can affect, of course, how Google views it or what keywords you may show up for.
Now, on this part, do you recommend people put the long tail keyword they're trying to rank in that little text box? I think you literally click through it, so we can go back.
I can probably go back to see.
Yeah,
I mean, you can.
Title, is it better to put the keyword toward the very beginning of it? And
well, I try to not do it this long like this long,
Okay.
But I mean, if I was trying to rank for, say, one of Eminem's songs or something,
okay.
I would probably specifically be putting,
exactly the title of the song, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I would. Then maybe after I maybe have a /Eminem or something on that, and then you could put, like, of course, on this URL right here, I would be putting the same thing too. As what's kind of up here. But you could even change it up, or if you wanted to try to get some more juice from even a different, say, version of his song.
All right. Now, another question is, when you're creating this FeedBurner account, do you regularly from different Gmail account and then from the YouTube channel Gmail account, or it doesn't matter?
Well, I use it, from the same Gmail account. Personally, but I mean, you could create 1 million of these Gmail accounts and do this literally. I mean, you could separate them. Like, that's the other thing with the feeds. I mean, they can see the other feeds that are kind of going on your channel as well. So you can change, if you're doing it for a specific site or something, you could just use that whatever's connected or create one for it.
Is it so what I'm kind of concerned here is about footprints, right? So, Google go sometimes change their policy sometimes, and sometimes right now everything's okay, but tomorrow something might be changing and then everything's not okay. So I was trying to think about, do we need to even bother to minimize the footprints that, hey, these two accounts is hooked together?
I don't think so, just because Google owns it and everything we're doing is actually white hat. So They haven't really, clamped down on necessarily what we're doing. And the thing is with YouTube videos specifically, you can actually throw as much stuff at them as humanly possible, and they never really get affected.
Right.
I mean, you could throw negative links, but the linking we're doing here is not going to be negative to a YouTube video, period.
Okay.
In my experience, I've never seen it happen. I've only seen it help. I mean, even bookmarking the YouTube video can get you to #1 even still today. I've done it before recently. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's like, this strategy, this does work.
So the way I'm teaching my students to get video ranked is #1. I like to using my software XRank 360 that actually string the video. I will give you a very extremely high, but if you want to keep up there, you got to do the social bookmarking, you got to do all the backlinking, Web 2.0 embedding. But I was never teaching about how to using RSS feed, and I'm glad that you guys had to figure this out. Hey, there's 40 different variations for this, kind of juicing that video even more to keep that video even moving even higher in the ranking places. So I'm very, very excited to share with my audience, and actually in teaching them a little bit about RSS feed. I think that's a forgotten little trick that all the people want to rank a video or even websites, it can use the same method. And then what about people that has a podcasting? It's the same fee, right? You can submit to here as well. If you're doing podcasting right now, follow what he's doing right now. Get this software. So instead of merging YouTube RSS feed, you just take your fee out of your podcasting, submit to here as well. It's going to give you your website. Going to be, if you have a podcasting embedded on your website, then you got another WordPress RSS feed. Then you can use that, doing the same method here to get that as well, right?
Well, this specific software, we do have a WordPress version of it too, maybe you could share, but that's more like for submitting any kind of link. This is specific for this YouTube, just because of how it generates the links.
But what I'm about to talk about, maybe not.
But podcasting is huge, for doing this specific thing. This works extremely well with podcasting, extremely well. Right. So that's one I want to share, that the idea of a submit RSS feed to a feed burner. That strategy works for podcasting, for YouTube, for WordPress sites, anything. You can grab almost every property. You can grab RSS out of it. You put you can.
Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of talking about here. And thanks for clarifying that this software is mainly focused on YouTube videos, which you have a lot of YouTube audience here as well.
Yeah, I mean, what now we do is we copy this link. I wanted to show you this part too. We just put, the feed or link we got from FeedBurner into our software, and we just, click to burn, it into our software. Then it we can then ping the URLs, pinging sites basically let different search engines know that we have, this feed available for them to go check out.
Yeah, the way I explain that to my audience, it just wake up the search engine and say, hey, I got new content here. Come and visit me, and make sure you cache me into your search algorithm. And so to see, that's the way I can explain it to my audience. It's kind of wake up. I got new stuff here. Come check it out.
Yep, and that's what we do. We just ping it to all the relevant sites out on the net. Some of them, just pull these feeds right into their website as well. So giving you more juice from, a high authority site. Majority of these sites are extremely high authority. So that's kind of how that powers it up. And, we do one more thing, which is sending stuff to Google Drive.
Okay. Does that help ranking, or is it?
Actually, it does, yes, because it's the same premise as any other Google property. If it's made public, then they can actually index what's, there too. And it was sent to my Google Drive. Keep in mind when, you're kind of looking at this, you're not seeing what happens when you first time do it. You have to allow access into your Gmail account to update your drive. And this is what it kind of does, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
And this does, power it up too.
Okay. That's a new trick I learned today. Cool.
So it'll show you like, the variations of what was dissed on. That's FeedBurner, that's YouTube, that's YouTube, the variations of YouTube. And that's, kind of how it, kind of does it.
So the robot will come here to read the keywords and read the link and juice it again from Google Doc.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it's doing.
But you have to make this doc public, not private, right?
This doc, you'd want it to be public, but I'm positive that it's already public, though, based on our software. Because something is creating it to do that. Okay. And there's another way that you can do it too, is you can download this file and make another Excel file, and that one that you download, which would be kind of very similar to this, you can title it and make that public.
Okay.
This is more or less for the the engines to kind of see.
Because right now you're not titled; it says untitled on the top. So if you download it, you can rename it and you upload and have a title.
Yep, you can. You can rename the title, and I do kind of recommend that.
Okay.
That you kind of do that, but I mean, this is kind of all the variations of everything that was created as well. So you have a copy of like it as well, but it will help power you up from all these different links here. But we can also download the file and upload it up to Google too.
What's so cool about this feature, both upload to Google Doc and downloading, beside the ranking factors, is that you can send that to your client. Like if let's say you're working with a local client, they want to say, hey, are you working? What am I paying you for? And then, hey, show them, hey, this is all done. And it's a super easy, it's one click. You can show them all the linking reports that you have done for the work for them. So I like that as well. I mean, you probably want to pretty up a little bit, add your logo and contact information and all that stuff. But hey, the ability is there. So that's what I really like about those two features that you have here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really simple way to, give some extra juice to something that you're already doing, especially with YouTube videos. I mean, this could be like the first strategy that you use after you create a video. Okay. Kind of like we used to always, run through like a big bookmarking site software. We do that then we would, kind of do something very similar to this, but we automated it. Kind of deal. But and you could throw some bigger powered links at the videos as well. But this is kind of like one of those really simple things nobody is really doing, which they should be. Just because of how much power this really does do. It has a lot of power with doing it this way. Cool.
Awesome stuff.
But yeah, this is just the premise of the software. As you saw, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get good at this, you can do this in 30 seconds and done.
Right. Yeah. I also asked a lot of questions. That's why, I mean, in reality, it's probably very less than a minute. You can get this done. So that's the software. Do you have anything else? I believe this also comes with a desktop software as well. What does that one do?
Well, I wanted to bring up our product funnel images. This is kind of like, what you're getting. What I just showed you the demonstration of is our front-end offer, which is Tube RSS Xtreme. You just add your YouTube video. It'll create the 40 variations, and basically the variations are, whether it's desktop, mobile, different kinds of URLs that a lot of people aren't using, to rank their videos with. So the variations could affect it. Well, it does, when you start backlinking these other links, your search position for the main link of that particular video. Okay. Then we kind of mash all the URLs into one, and that's how we're kind of submitting it, kind of in bulk, with FeedBurner and the Google Docs. Okay. And then the second OTO, which that is $20. This is another way, especially if you're running, say, some kind of blog, or you're providing training to people. They could actually use a version of our software with this that runs off your WordPress site. And you can build a list with when they want to use it. it'll sync with Google, where they actually have to give you their real Google Gmail, you know what I mean, or account. And that will, build you, basically an opt-in or a list of subscribers by letting people use this tool for free.
Okay, cool.
So that's the OTO 1. Then OTO 2, it's a little bit more expensive, but this is kind of where we get into, we're doing it where you can mix and match feeds. You can really leverage off somebody else's authority and power of their videos as well. We can pull, feeds for your whole channel, for all your videos, your playlists, subscriptions. It's, it's a way more advanced version of the main tool.
So it's like this, like you have a video, and if you go into a market that nobody knows about you, so you have low authority. Now, if you can like do an interview with the authority people in fitness, whatever, six-pack person, and then people automatically think you are authority in that industry. So instead, I think that's the better way to explain this, so people can visualize it. So this is what he's doing here right now. With this advanced RSS feed generator, you don't have to interview anybody, by the way. So, but the concept is the same. You go into the channel that's already authority in your niche, and then you mix match your feed into the same feed as their channels. That's going to position you as authority in the Google's eyes, and that's exactly what he's trying to explain here. I just want to kind of explain this.
Yeah, I forgot to put that part, but using that authority, you can piggyback on other people's work, and it definitely can boost your rankings extremely high by doing so. So I want to kind of, it's a proven method. Yeah.
Right. So I want to kind of throw that one in there to let people see the really benefit for picking this up as well.
And the last thing is OTO 3. This is a really robust tool. It's a WordPress plugin, but for making a local business type site. Say we're making a site about lawyers, and we can make it specific to like a certain area. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so I can make it all about lawyers or DUI lawyers in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we can either make money by doing rent and rank, which is, we rank the website and we contact a lawyer to pay us a monthly fee to highlight their particular law firm, or we just put AdSense on the site, where we can just make money on Google AdSense, which, that is a really easy way to go about doing this too. And this can build a ton of these sites fast. This is a really powerful, software. It is more expensive, but, we're seeing a lot of big results with this particular software. And I was kind of telling Han too, I'm doing a lot with local businesses now for SEO primarily and website design. So, so we just, we're doing a lot of different aspects regarding,
So this software,
stuff, you know what I mean?
So this software not only building the reviews, is this software also taking care of the, I guess, specific ranking, automatically building backlink behind the scenes as well? Can you kind of go a little bit further into that? Because I have a lot of local marketer is watching this right now.
Oh, this particular one here?
Yeah.
Well, we kind of go into, a lot of different strategies for ranking these websites. There's a lot of different webinars. I think I have to double check, but there might be 5 different webinars in the back end of this product alone.
Okay.
We do a lot of different kind of approaches on SEO that a lot of other people aren't doing.
Okay.
So you might learn a few tricks of what we're doing, that we're ranking these specific kinds of websites. In my experience, ranking a local business website is extremely easy compared to stuff I'm used to ranking, which is very, very competitive keywords that are mainstream.
Right.
Usually I was doing a lot of stuff with games, and ranking extremely high, even #1 versus other, who knows how much these companies are worth, billions or whatever, competing with them. But, just doing the local stuff you don't need as much power.
Because they don't know what they're doing. Local business are focused on their their expertise, their specialties. Like if somebody's making a cake, she make excellent cake, but she doesn't know anything about ranking a freaking website. That's what you're doing, you know?
Like, say if we were in a suburb of a main city, you know, ranking, and especially in that area, is extremely easy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you don't need a lot of power to make that happen. You know, like here, a suburb here locally would be like Milford, Ohio. I mean, it would be extremely easy to go into, you know, lawyers in Milford, Ohio, and be number one there. You know, extremely easy.
You can do this worldwide too. So just not.
Yes, of course. You know, and a lot of people I know from around the world, you know, in India, Thailand, and a bunch of other countries. Yeah, this works extremely well. This is a very powerful tool. What this particular, you know, local biz alpha does. I mean, most of the tools, you know, when I'm working with Tony, you know, are extremely powerful. More, you know, so a lot of other people.
So just to be clear, it sounds like this is a automation tool that builds review local sites for different niches. But also it has trainings, all that stuff, teaching them how to further take this to rank it and then sell to your clients or put AdSense on it, right? So this is like a combination of a software and training that make all this happen, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, there's access to, you know, other things as well that we offer that, you know, we focus on, you know, tools that automate, you know, the producing of the power for ranking, but also, you know, the site creation and, you know, things of that nature. So it's kind of like an all-in-one encompassing. We offer, you know, a lot of different things that will help you accomplish whatever you're looking to do.
Okay.
Because we use these tools ourselves, you know, to rank other people's websites or, you know, rank our own websites. That's why they were made, is to specifically do that. And they've produced a lot of results, you know, over the years. And putting videos and websites, you know, rankings. I mean, I don't know how many I have now, but it's extremely high.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So thanks for showing the software and talk about the funnel. And the next question I got for you is that, you know, there might be similar software out there. There might be similar local product or YouTube ranking products out there. Number one question I want to ask you is what makes this product different? Number two questions I want to ask you here is who is this software for? Who's going to be really benefit for buying this?
Well, I mean, I know, like, you know, based with talking to my partner and that, like, at least with this particular software, somebody was charging $500 just for this strategy. Like what this software does. I haven't really seen anybody else actually have a tool specific that does this personally, but I mean, there may be some out there that do it. But you know, this really is for anybody that's trying to rank a YouTube video, because I know that you're not doing this. I just know for a fact you're not. At least 99% of you aren't. You know,
I'm not doing it. I can tell you that right now.
You're somebody that does video all the time.
Yeah, I'm doing video all the time.
You know, for this one-time cost, you can be doing this all the time. Just put it in the process of how you know, backlink your video, and it will add power to what you're doing. You can just use the tool just to get the variations of these URLs here. You can start backlinking these URL variations. Okay. You know what I mean? And add extra power, especially on those variations. And Google can kind of see that may be more natural than just trying to throw thousands of links at once. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so that that's really powerful. You know, that part of it, because a lot of people aren't aware that's even happening.
Right.
I mean, we didn't really know that until years ago, but I mean, this is something, you know, that is really, really big. You know, how things are looked at by Google. I mean, they really are tracking every little thing you can think of. You know what I mean? Okay,
so this is for people who want ranking the video, keep the video up there very, very fast. I mean, just with this software, you can do under a minute. I'm going to start doing it, by the way. And secondly, why not, right? This is getting more backlink, more juice, more ranking, more money, and more traffic. So it's just how it works. And how would you say this is going to be benefit for the local marketer as well? Because the offering have at the very end as well?
I think so. I mean, we're doing a lot more stuff for local marketers, even in video too. So, I mean, this the same premise as how we do online, marketing. I mean, the small business owners really need to understand that, doing these methods are becoming a requirement now if you want to be seen online, period.
Okay.
If you don't know how to do that, I mean, several of you could be providing these services to these local businesses. There's a big market for it. There's a lot of money that they pay you for doing these kinds of services. I know that you're kind of doing some stuff with video, I'm assuming, and local as well. And I'm doing stuff there also, but it's, they need people like us to help them.
Yeah. I mean, I
To get that exposure. I mean, they can have the greatest product in the world, but if nobody sees it, it's worth nothing.
And people pay you, like,
the truth. They'll pay you a lot of money to do this.
pay
They
you a
really
lot
will.
of money because they are struggling right now. I mean, this is the real world, guys. Local marketing is gonna be huge. Here's the reason why. The traditional marketing doesn't work anymore. Yellow page, they put it in front of my door, I throw it away. It's just trash, right? Why the hell would I using yellow page when I got my phone right here? With even with voice searching technology, it's even better. Talking about phone, there you go.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. So it's just so much easier. Everything's on mobile. Everything's on computers. They know now. You don't even have to educating why you need to be online. When you're first starting this, like, what the hell is online marketing? Why do I need to worry about that? I got my a good string of customer coming to my restaurant, car dealership, you fill in the blank. But now everybody want to get online, but they just can't find an expert like yourself to help them to do this. And with software, with the training like you have, and I think you'd be kind of stupid not to pick it up and learn and go after local clients right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's definitely something you want to learn how to do here, especially if you got any skill trying to do this. It could be your breakthrough, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the next year. I mean, we're at the end of the year right now, so I'm making bold prediction. Local marketing is gonna be huge. Video marketing is gonna be huge. I think VR is gonna virtual reality thing is gonna augmented reality is gonna be huge next year. Mobile is going to be huge. I think people are going to purchase more laptops than desktops just because everybody doesn't want to work for anybody. Everybody want to travel the world doing YouTube channels, travel channels, all that great stuff. But you get my idea here. I think people, it's all about portability. So another thing you need to focus on is make sure your website are mobile friendly, because I think you're going to have a more mobile visitor than actually desktop visitors, because people want to be flexible, have that freedom, with a couple click the buttons they can purchase on the phone. They're going to do that. It's just a habit. So in what Robert has offered here is talking two things that's going to go hot next year. And from now until what's happening right now, one's video, one is local marketing. So if you are a smart marketer, know how to catch trends, I highly recommend pick this up as well. So talk about the time and the day this thing launches.
Yeah, we're going live on October 22nd, which is on Monday at 11 a.m.
Okay. Good.
So, you can pick this up, and, we're going to have some, early bird discounts for you. And it's very inexpensive, as you can kind of see on the price as well. It's $10, $20 on the front end. And you want to pick up some of these other versions, then, you kind of see the pricing we have on this. The funnel isn't too expensive till you get to the local biz alpha. If you're wanting to try to, do that, then, you can pick that up as well. We're here, we've got a full-time staff on support, and, we're always trying to, innovate and keep you up to date on the latest stuff that works, and especially in SEO.
Okay, cool. All right. So let me can you unshare the screen? Let me put myself back very quick.
Yep.
Oh, where did you go? Okay, I'm back. Okay, screen. All right. So with all that being said, guys, and thank you for taking your time watching this, and make sure Monday, go pick this up right at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to put up something, great bonuses for you, so check it out on my bonus page when you hear from me again. And I hope this interview has helped you. Number one, to get your video ranked super fast. So I guarantee, just like Robert said, your competition are not doing it. And if you're doing it, you're going to be dominating wherever the niche that you're in. Number two, if you're local marketers, make sure you pick up that alpha training, pick up that software as well. So you know how to go and get a client, closing client, but most importantly, how they're using this new method and softwares to get more clients and help them as well. So Robert, thank you so much for spending your busy time. I know launching is kind of crazy. You're sleeping probably odd hours right now, and
Yeah.
I went through that myself, so I know how hard that is. So I really appreciate you spending the time with us and kind of teach us cool things like this. Do you have any final words, like a word of wisdom you'd like to share before we leave here today?
Well, first, I want to thank you, of course, for having me on here. But I mean, I know a lot of you guys want to live your dreams, so keep fighting. You have to have that passion to want to break through. Just find one thing that works for you, and expand on it. Learn as much about that one thing till you're an expert, then move on to other things. That's what I would recommend for a lot of you out there.
Yeah, don't go in your hands in different pots. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I mean, unlike myself, I've done that a lot, but I mean, it's
but
you
he
really
has
do got to
system,
master
though.
at least one thing first.
He mastered one thing, then he put in system. Then he has the time to go get the other thing. But most people just like, oh, today I want to do e-com, tomorrow I want to do local, 3 days later I want to do video, then on social media. They don't know what the heck. They end up with nothing. So I focus. What Robert said was true. First thing I focus on is the video, because I'm a video guy. I've been creating video for freaking how many years? I don't even know. Before YouTube even got popular, I was on there. Number two things I focus on the local marketing now, because I know the agency is such a great opportunity to get that residual income. And third things I'm focused on is creating digital products, like a launching as well. I know there's a lot of residual. Everything I do has a residual. That's another key things you guys need to do. With tools like this, yes, you're going to rank your video, you're going to make your sales, but you got to think about the strategy. What do you really focus on? That's the residual income rebuilds. Okay, so when you have the right strategy, right tool, right education, that's how you're going to be success. And like Robert said, focus on one thing, give that one thing to work, then go to the next thing. Don't think just build one business, build multiple business.
Yep.
Okay, thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Robert, again.
Thank you.
And make sure you clean your cookies below, and then clean your cookies and click the link below, and to get my awesome bonuses. And I'll be chatting with you guys in the next interview. Cheers.
See you guys later.